Hello friends, and welcome to yet another video. I'm going to tell you how I like to get the most out of my practice when I don't want to practice, because either way you're always sort of practicing, even if you're just noodling around when you play the guitar, because your muscles are working. So it's never a bad thing. Nothing bad will come from just ripping through your favorite scales and favorite solos, but I want to offer a solution to really optimize that seemingly wasted time when you don't want to practice. You will need a loop pedal and or some kind of backing track, because my number one feeling about practice is that I want it to be musical or else I just won't get into it. So with a loop pedal you can add the benefit of taming your rhythm chops to create a loop that is in time and musical, or if you don't have a loop pedal, no problem, just use a backing track, something that will keep you on the beat. So that's the first tip I have for you, is when you sit down to do anything, you should try and have some kind of timekeeping device, whether it's a loop pedal or a backing track. So the next step is to have some frame of mind about what you will be practicing in this non-practice session, whether it's scale positions, starting to sound like one of your favorite guitar players, maybe. Or anything else. Just have some focal point that you want to work around over the piece of music, looper, or backing track created. So I'm going to start with a little loop, and I'll kind of walk you through what I'm thinking as I try and make something happen that is practice but not practice. Okay, that sounds good. So starting simply, let's say we want to practice our bends. It's going to be a lot easier to practice our bends when we have some music in the background to measure our pitch. So I can tell that was a little bit off. I can correct it. So another thing that I like to practice is learning other guitar players' licks and then trying to find a way to put my own spin on them. And this is a great thing to do with the musical loop or backing track, to have that context and keep you in time as you mess around with the lick. So here's a Stevie Ray Vaughan style lick. Now I'm going to see how I can vary the rhythms and the inflections, emphasize different notes, and see if I can take that lick and maybe pay ode to the great Stevie Ray Vaughan without directly copying him. Another neat thing to try is to challenge yourself on various rhythms, because while this isn't practice per se, we can still add the elements that we would typically use with a metronome to practice rhythms, but it's more fun because we're making music. So let's try something like this.